Kevin Owens hasn't stepped into a WWE ring in over a year. He's at home recovering from neck surgery, and WWE is still paying him millions of dollars a year to do absolutely nothing. Meanwhile, one wrestler on this list makes more money from a single word printed on a t-shirt than most of the roster makes from actually wrestling. And one man just won the single biggest championship in WWE and lost it again in less than 2 weeks. But here's the twist. Losing the title might actually be the best thing that ever happened to his bank account. WWE superstars aren't just athletes, they're walking businesses. And once you understand how they actually get paid, you will never watch a WWE match the same way again. Today, we're breaking down exactly how 5 of WWE's biggest superstars really make their money. And the very last name on this list has a payday story that most fans have no idea about. So stick around till the end.
Let's start with the man who became a champion and lost the title in the same week. Sami Zayn, real name Ramy Sibi, has been grinding in professional wrestling since 2002 and signed with WWE back in 2013. For years, he was one of the most beloved mid-card stars in the company. But in 2026, everything changed. At Night of Champions, Zayn shocked the world and won the undisputed WWE Championship in a triple threat match against Cody Rhodes and Gunther. It was the biggest moment of his career. And then, just days later, on Raw in Chicago, CM Punk took the title right back off him. So how much did that reign actually pay? Zayn's base WWE salary is reported to sit around $500,000 a year, with match bonuses pushing that number even higher. Combined with his wife, Khadijah, a film industry professional, the couple's net worth is estimated between $4 and $5 million. But here's the part fans don't talk about. In WWE, winning a world title almost always triggers a contract renegotiation. Even a short reign like Zayn's usually means a bigger paycheck the next time he signs. He may have lost the belt in under 2 weeks, but he didn't lose the money that came with it. And Zayn isn't just cashing checks for himself. He runs Sammy for Syria, a charity that funds medical aid for war-affected families, funded in part by his own WWE earnings. But if Zayn's paycheck is tied to titles and win columns, our next guy found a way to make money completely outside of any championship at all.
Meet the man whose merchandise makes more money than his actual wrestling contract. Jey Uso, real name Joshua Fatu, comes from wrestling royalty. His father is WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi, and Jey spent over a decade as one half of the Usos before finally breaking out as a single star. His base WWE salary is reported at around $300,000 a year, surprisingly modest for someone this popular. But that number is almost irrelevant once you look at his total earnings. Between pay-per-view bonuses, licensing deals with brands like Slim Jim and Minute Maid, and international tour money, Jey's total annual income is estimated at close to $7 million. And the biggest piece of that puzzle? Merchandise. His YEET branded shirts, hats, and gear have become one of the best-selling items in the entire WWE shop, reportedly out-earning his actual in-ring salary. Think about that for a second. A single word he shouts during his entrance is now worth more to him financially than the sport he spent his whole life training for. That merchandise boom exploded after he stepped out of the Bloodline shadow, won the 2025 Royal Rumble, and headlined WrestleMania 41 as a solo star. Speaking of turning outside opportunities into serious money, nobody in WWE has done that longer or smarter than our next name.
Before he was a WWE superstar, The Miz was a reality TV kid nobody expected to make it. Michael Mizanin got his start on MTV's The Real World, then finished runner-up on WWE's Tough Enough back in 2004. Almost nobody thought he'd last 5 years in the business. 20 years later, he's still on the roster, and he's the richest man on this entire list. The Miz's WWE salary sits between $2 and $2.5 million a year.
Add in his acting career, he starred in 4 Marine franchise films, plus hosting gigs, reality TV appearances, and endorsement deals, and his total net worth is estimated as high as $20 million. Here's what makes The Miz different from almost everyone else in the business. He never relied on being the top in-ring guy to get rich. While bigger stars came and went, Miz built an entertainment brand around himself, on camera, on screen, and in the ring, and every single one of those income streams stacked on top of the others. Now here's where it gets wild, because our next guy hasn't wrestled in over a year, and he's still one of the highest earners on this entire list. Kevin Owens hasn't competed in a WWE match since April 2025. After suffering a serious neck injury, Owens underwent cervical fusion surgery, and as of this year, WWE still hasn't confirmed a return date. He's essentially been on the shelf for over a year, and yet Owens signed a multi-year deal back in 2021, reportedly worth between $2 and $3 million annually, and every indication is that he's still collecting that paycheck right now, injury or not. This is the part most fans don't understand about WWE contracts. Top-tier stars aren't paid per match like independent wrestlers. They're signed to guaranteed annual deals. Whether Owens wrestles 50 matches this year or 0, WWE is contractually on the hook for his full salary. It's the exact same principle that protects injured athletes in almost every major sport, except most fans never think about it when it comes to wrestling. So while Owens recovers, his bank account keeps growing, completely untouched by the injury that's kept him out of the ring. And finally, we end with a story that's less about the money right now and more about a legendary career getting ready to close its final chapter. AJ Styles has been wrestling since 1998. That's almost 30 years in the business, longer than some fans watching this video have been alive. Before he ever set foot in a WWE ring, the Phenomenal One built a legendary career across the independent scene and TNA, becoming one of the most decorated champions in wrestling history. He didn't sign with WWE until 2016, and even then, he immediately became one of the company's top stars, winning the WWE Championship within his first year. Today, Styles' WWE salary is estimated at around $3 million a year, with a total net worth somewhere between $4 and $8 million, built from nearly 3 decades of championships, merchandise, and endorsement deals with brands like Snickers and Mountain Dew. But here's the story that changes everything. Styles has announced that 2026 will be his final year as an active in-ring competitor. After almost 30 years of wrestling, his career and his paydays are about to look completely different. Whatever he earns this year isn't just a salary. It's the final chapter of one of the most decorated careers in wrestling history. So let's recap what we just learned. A champion who made more money losing his title than fans realized. A tag team wrestler whose merchandise out-earns his actual contract. A reality TV kid who became the richest man on the list without ever being the top star. An injured superstar getting paid millions to sit at home. And a legend closing out a 30-year career on his own terms. 5 wrestlers, 5 completely different ways of making millions in WWE. If one of these surprised you, drop a comment and tell us which one. And if you want to see exactly how much the top earner in all of WWE actually makes, because trust me, it's a number that will blow every single name on this list out of the water, that video is coming soon. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it.